Hey everyone, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Cquartz Fabric 2.0. It's a brand new product it's not available yet, but it's going to be available sometime soon. And we'll go over the product here in a second. Announced during SEMA time frame, and I didn't realize that the first version you cannot get it in California anymore. That goes to show you how long I bought the product. I haven't used Cquartz Fabric in a very long time. I used the first version years ago, and it worked pretty well. But there's other fabric protectants out there. You have 303 Fabric Guard, which this is a pretty generous bottle. I don't remember how much 32 ounces goes for, but this stuff works really well. I used it for a while, and I still have a quarter of a bottle because, again, I stopped using fabric protectants on my carpets. And I did use this at one point on the carpeted wheel wells. And again, after using it for that, I would never use it again on that. There's no benefit to that. So we're going to see if Fabric 2.0 is just as good as that, if not better. And then DIY Detail has their interior ceramic, which you can use on carpets as well. I'm not going to be testing those out in this particular floor mat. So I'm just going to use Cquartz Fabric here in a second. So again, if your carpet needs a deep clean, clean it, let it dry, and then come back and use Cquartz Fabric 2.0. So it tells right here, Fabric 2.0 is water and stain resistant, breathable fabric coating, low VOC. So that's a new thing that CarPro is doing with their products, so that those of us in states that are not allowed to get it can get these. Clean the fabric well and dry completely. Shake well. Spray evenly across the surface and work into the fabric with a sponge. Spray again across the entire surface for complete coverage. Allow to dry for 3 hours without water contact. And so if I was to pour water, and that's what's in here, on this carpet here, I'm only going to do one small area. If I were to put water on here, let's do this here. You can see that it just absorbs into the fabric. And so that's where you use a fabric protectant. So if you have kids, this is probably a product you're going to want to use, or some sort of fabric protectant, so that when they spill their juice, it doesn't get absorbed into the carpet. You can use this for your personal stuff at home as well. You just dab that up here. Okay, so this little bottle had a little stopper in there, had a little hole in here. I thought I could use the nozzle, so I just took that out, put it in here. You want to shake this up. This has a little lock piece here. After you use the fabric coating, one thing I'm going to recommend, because this happened on the first version, is to flush the sprayer out so that you can still use it later on. So don't store it with the sprayer in here. So I'll show you the way I used to apply the fabric. So you just apply it on there. You got your hands. Take this and work it into the carpet. When you work it in the carpet, you can move the fibers any direction you wish. I'm not going to put it on that upper corner. And you're working it into the fibers, deep into the fibers. So you don't need a sponge. Just take your hands and go to town. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a towel here, because my hands now have product on there. Oop, I want it to fall. So now we're going to wipe this off my hands here. And we're going to repeat that procedure once again. This is going to allow us to get into every fiber and get the coating on there, rather than a sponge. I have to come back and clean my mess up here. And again, just work it in with your hand. You don't have to go hard. Just push your hand down to get into the fibers. Just work that in. And the reason that you use your gloves rather than using a microfiber to apply this is because your gloves are not going to absorb product. The product's going to stay in the material there. So that's the way I apply it. We're just going to let this set up for a few hours, and I'll come back and I'll show the repellent capabilities of the product. But pretty straightforward application. There's enough in here that I could probably do one set of floor mats, because this is a maybe a couple floor mats in here. This is just 3.38 ounces, 100 milliliters of product. So I could probably do all 4 carpets in the Grand Prix with this, with the same method and application that I just showed. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the edges here of the coating here, the fabric coating. So just that's all you got to do when you apply it. Hopefully this helps in the application of Cquartz Fabric. Again, you probably want to do this outside, but it's raining outside and actually I lost light, so you can see how dark it is out there, and you can see it's pretty wet. And so that's the path going forward with this. I'm going to go ahead and let this set up, and then I'll show you the repellent capabilities of the product here once it's cured. I'll probably just let this cure overnight because I'm not going to come back out here. It's kind of cold. And then okay, we'll take a look at the ability to repel water. Put this back in, and I'm going to take another floor mat out that I have, and I'm going to use one of these other products as well. I'm probably going to use this on my dad's carpets here, so we'll probably save that for that, and then you know, I can just use this. I'm going to use this on the driver's floor mat of my Grand Prix to kind of see how it does to keep that carpet clean. So again, thanks for watching. Catch the next one. Actually, in the follow-up of this, it's going to be probably the next day for me. For you, it's going to be just like that. All right, so thanks for watching. All right, everyone, so I ended up coming back out here just to kind of check on this floor mat here. Again, it was coated with Cquartz Fabric 2.0. I watched the video, so I caught most of the application process. I didn't have the camera angled enough, but I think it's enough to show you the application portion of it. So I'm going to move this over just a bit here. That way we can kind of showcase the water behavior of it. So if this is just plain water in here. So I'm going to pour a little bit on here, and you can immediately see that this is just sitting on the surface. I can actually just move it around. Yeah, actually that came off the mat, but you can see I can actually just move around the water there. So that's what you want from your fabric protectant. If I move it to that corner piece, if I can just shift it over, you can see it absorbed right into that spot right there, and right here it's still beating unless I push it in there. So that's kind of when I show you what the product looks like. So if I pour a little bit more in here, you can see that it stays there on the surface, and I can play around with moving the water. So that's what the fabric protectant is going to do, and you can see it's pretty simple to kind of clean up. So I can actually just kick this off, shake it, and most of the water is off the surface, and it's pretty dry. So that's what I want to kind of just showcase. Again, that's Cquartz Fabric 2.0. That should showcase exactly how hydrophobic it's going to be on the surface. Really nice product. Again, most fabric protectants will work that way, but as far as I can remember, this it does feel natural, because I remember Cquartz Fabric, the previous version, had a little bit more of a sticky feeling. That's one of the things I noticed when I used that product a long time ago. But at least for this one, it feels a little bit more natural. Overall, really good product so far. Very impressive hydrophobics, and again, I just want to showcase that. So I don't know when this is going to come out. I will eventually put the link when it's available. You guys can I'll figure out which one has the best link. I think if Detailed Image already has a link, I'll just put that for now, and then when it's available, I'll let you guys know. Alright, so again, thanks for watching. Again, that's Cquartz Fabric 2.0. And again, if we want to put a little drop here to look cool for Instagram, I could do just that. So how does that look? Alright, so again, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.